Good morning, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Everybody say hi to me. I'm actually going to hang on a second. Let me find. We have a lot of participants today. Let me get the. Where's the? All right, share screen. I want to share. Hang on a second, guys. I'm setting everything up because I'm just a little bit behind on everything today. A lot of stuff to do. Cancel. Okay, let me see if I can share this. No, I want to share screen too. Share this. All right, everybody's seeing the screen, right? We're actually going to communicate. You guys can definitely communicate with me in Chat Ask Boris and Slack, but we have a lot of people with us this month who took the course, who don't necessarily have access to the room. And if you like access to the room, you're welcome to join. You'll get a chance. Oh, sorry. I'm clicking a million different buttons. We're just opening up for trade here. We get a million different things to do here. Ooh, wow, what happened here? Okay, wait, let me see how did that go? How did I get clipped out here? Sorry, I just got clipped out on a. Just trying to figure out what I'm doing here. Oh, it was a buy. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Okay. All right, let me just see one other thing. Where is everybody's chat? Okay, here we go. Chat. All right, you can chat with me in Zoom because I have it up now, or in Chat Ask Boris and Slack. So let's do, first of all, we're going to do a test of hi from here. Good morning, Connie. Everybody's got the screen is good, right? The screen is visual. Everything is good. All right, Peter, Stephen, thank you. Don, Stephen, everybody, visual is good. All right, I'm looking at my two comments. All right, super. So a lot of stuff to talk about. We're gonna really take it very, very slow today because I have a lot of new people coming into the room right now. For those of you who are new, who are just in the course, during live trading, we're primarily focusing on scalping. When you're looking right now is at the screen of the 1 minute Dow Jones futures. And we primarily trade the Dow Jones futures and the NASDAQ futures. I primarily trade those. Those of you who are on CFDs trade the Dow, the US 30 CFD or the NASDAQ 100 CFD. It's just that, US doesn't allow CFDs. So I trade futures. But I just wanted to sort of share with you. This is, I've had the algo running since the start of this week, on a very, very simple config on the 1 minute chart on the future. So like, this isn't even the recommended settings that I talked about for daily charts, just running everything straight up. And it's been such a pure run. Let me just kind of show you what the numbers. I mean, we've this up until this morning, it's just been like literally virtually all winning trades. But obviously, we know we ran into a little bit of a chop market. Just trying to get the screen here organized. Stay with me. Okay, so I'm going to get the screen big. Let me see if I can just give it to you because I need to show you the wide. I mean, just look. Let's look at the history here. So history just from Monday, right? So we'll do history from Monday. Today. And we'll do like from Sunday, just even from Sunday night, right? Look at this run. It's 2.5%, just purely on a fully automated basis. And I think, I mean, at one time I was counting, it was literally at 82% win rate. It's a little bit lower. It's got to drop down. I haven't counted. I mean, we can count this. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 reds against a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 42. So 40, so we have a total of 42. 17 were negative. So 42 minus 17, that's 25 divided by 42. No, that makes no sense. I fucked this up because that would be that's a 59% break even. I must have screwed. Did I say 13 or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so it's 12, probably around 12, around 43. So 43 minus 12, 31 divided by 43, 72%. Yeah. So I mean, it's actually it dropped off. It was like an 82%. It was really, really profitable for a while. So 66% is the break even because we're using 1 to 2, and this thing was at around 73%. Just on a fully full. This is working 24 hours a day, no filters and no reverse moves. As I was telling you. In other words, I was telling this to you guys yesterday. I'll be happy to discuss sort of the short-term scalping ideas with you guys. So I'm going to put the auto off screen. We're just going to let it run. I'll give you an update of what the auto is doing on the thing. It's actually not running on this computer. It's running. This computer is just simply registering the trades. The auto has me a short Dow right now. Oops. Sorry. I got to move this off screen. Okay, I'm going to move it off screen, and I'm not going to bring it back up because that always screws up the screen. So what it has me short Dow here, off of probably this signal over here, maybe a little bit later. And what's my TP on this? It is looking to do 32 is my TP. So my 32 is my TP on this move. So we'll see if that hits. But on the prop side, here's the prop account. We're going to start looking at ideas as well. As even more so today, I think I'm going to try and keep the well, let me see if I'm going to keep the prop account to the downside. It looks like it's going to hit the yeah, it just did. This just TP'd on the Dow. So that Dow short worked very nicely for 20 points. I'm trading NASDAQ 10 target, 20 stop, Dow 40 stop, 20 target, a fully automated basis. It's been working like a charm, since the start of this week, because it's just basically been following continuously the trend. It obviously gets stopped out on the chop here, and I haven't implemented my kind of a chop solution to all of this, simply because I just haven't had the time. And even without my chop solution, which I'm going to discuss with you guys a little bit later, it's been working fine. So it's really, honestly, a lot of times you always try to improve the algo because you're always looking for those exceptional examples when you could have made it work better. But when you're doing system trading, it's actually much better to just to not make any improvements, because the less tinkering you do, the more robust the strategy is, and it's kind of proving itself that way. These are all live trades, Gary. We're trading live right now. We just haven't done any trades because I'm sort of explaining today a lot of structure for everybody. So a couple of things I wanted to I know there's a lot of people who are new who may have had a hard time attaching the trading view indicators. All you have to do is simply click the link and then click add to favorites, and they will automatically attach, and they will then appear when you go into your indicators button into your favorites. And they're called trade, momentum, turn to trade, and fade move. These are the 4 indicators that you need to have. It's much better to operate all of this on TradingView because it's much more visual medium than MT4, MT5. And then you can use MT4, MT5 to place the trades. So as we start the day, we have a situation here where we're obviously negative trend. This is just and I'm going to talk about the 1-minute chart. We will move over to much longer term charts at the end of this session, where I'm going to take a look at all the currency charts on the 1 hour time frame and on the daily time frame to see what sets up, what's looking good, what possible trades there were. I'd actually since the start of the week, the only long-term trade I had was a long pound yen, which I took a quick exit on yesterday. But it's still looking to me like on a solid basis. It's still setting up as an excellent long position. But back to scalping. Right now, what we're looking at as far as trading goes on the Dow and the Nas is they're both negative trend. We have 2 sell signals. They were late. I mean, the sell signal came right before the open at 22. That worked. Now we don't have any signals until the price structure reverses itself. If we get a dip, if we get a trend reversal signal that is going right through this signal there, we'll take all those. But for now, the negative news off of very weak retail sales starting to weigh a little bit on equities. People are starting to worry a little bit about growth. But in my opinion, the more positive aspect of the fact that the slow retail sales means the Fed is really not going to change its course on interest rates is probably more positive than whatever dip we have in retail demand, because NASDAQ is made up of FANG stocks. FANG stocks only care about free money. The cheaper the money, the higher their valuations. They're completely immune to almost consumer demand because they're all monopolies. They're all in the digital space. They don't really face any inflationary pressures because they don't have any costs. And all of those things bode positively for NAS, which is why you see NAS trading way premium to the Dow today and the S&P. Because it's far less affected. So the NAS has definitely a chance for a turn trade here. But for now, the cloud does not show up in MT4. None of this kind of a beautiful visual look is only able to be achieved in TradingView. Now, here's the thing about TradingView, and we don't have any relationship with them, so it is what it is. All of us in the trading room use TradingView. If you choose to use their free version, it's going to be muddied up with advertisings, and it's only going to allow you 3 instead of 4 indicators. So you're free to do that. You don't really necessarily need all the 4 indicators, but generally, it's one of the few software platforms that's really worthwhile investing into. So I suggest you'd sign up for like the basic plan. You don't really need anything complex, but a basic plan will be good. It also allows you to create alerts on any of these signals if you like. So there's a whole ecosystem with TradingView that's kind of nice. TradingView's great advantage is that it is a beautiful, highly intuitive, very easy to code to visual system. Its greatest flaw is that it doesn't have the kind of quick, high execution trading tools that we have in MT4, MT5, like we have over here, with my trade commander that's floating over here, where I can adjust stops and targets right away and do all sorts of scalping and everything else. And part of it is just, they don't want the liability. You can trade through TradingView. If you connect your broker through TradingView, as a matter of fact, if you have a way that you can trade through TradingView, and very soon, if 8cap is going to connect through TradingView, so you'll be able to connect. And if you're trading on daily charts, it honestly doesn't really matter. You could easily connect using TradingView connections. But if you want sort of super quick execution and you want the algorithmic execution, you absolutely have to have MT4, MT5. That's why you have like this kind of a bifurcated world. In the meantime, as I said to you, NAS is definitely recovering hard, right? Recovering straight up to the 200 period SMA. Still hasn't, shown us a positive trend, but was a great reversal trade here, which is not is not part of our repertoire. But sometimes we fool around with those trades in live trading. So there's a couple of questions here. What else? You don't have a ribbon looking one. I'm sorry, I don't know what you mean by ribbon looking one, Keith. Maybe you can send me a screenshot of what you have. And you mean like the cloud? You don't have this look. This kind of a cloud is only, as I said, is only going to be available on TradingView. And you know what's interesting here is I'm looking for the dip. So the dip is actually, that's interesting. So this, we haven't, the trend so far is red, which was just turning green. So if we get a green trend curve that kind of like, it's still very, very far away from the 200 SMA, we may actually get a dip sell signal somewhere around, somewhere around the trend curve. We'll see if that gives us a chance to come in a little bit on NAS. What's going on the Dow here? Dow is considerably, deeper to the downside. We don't have any real trades. Just Dow just making fresh lows here. It's a chase trade if you want to do it. Actually, how far are we? This is 320 against 280. I think it's not a bad. You know what? Let's give it a shot for. Oh man, where's my thing? I'm gonna try and. Oh Jesus, I got long too much. I was trying to get long 90. Hang on a second. I gotta fix my thing here. Okay. All right, I'm gonna get long Dow just for a scalp here. Again, I just got long at 90s on. This is, as you guys know, this isn't our standard trade, but because a lot of times we like to trade against the trend in the chat room when it really, really, really extends off the trend curve. So in this particular case, it's fully extended off the trend curve. It's like, the trend curve was 320. It's now 40 points below the edge of the trend curve, which is about 1/100%. It's 34,000. So like when it's 40, a little bit more than 40 points, that's about 1/1000th of 34,000. At that point, we don't mind stepping in and trying to make bid. So I came in a little bit awkward because I didn't have my applet set up here. But let's see if this pops up. I'm just looking to see if I can get 95 out of this on a big pop up. This is the exact opposite of what we do, but when we get extreme moves, we like to play it the other way around and see if we can catch the move once we have a very, very specific price structure in mind. Although it looks like it's just going to die on us here. Dow is still pretty negative. We'll see if it turns around. Nope. Looks like I'm gonna get flushed on this one. Still, very, very far. But if we get down again, so this is now 10 to 70. If I get stopped, I'm going back in because it's gonna it at that point the probability that it's super extended becomes even better. But it looks like I'm gonna get stuffed on this. Okay, so let me try again. Okay, let me see where am I at 70, 75? 75. Okay, let's see if we can get more. I should have gone size. I just didn't get a chance to do size. But always always a dumbass thing to do to buy dips, but we have nothing else to do, so sometimes we like to have fun um, on the mean reversion trades. Looks like we're actually selling off really, really hard here. So um, so this is 96 now. It's compressing. So now it really doesn't become a trade until it gets down to the 50s. We want that 40-point differential if we have a chance of like a statistical chance of this bouncing back up. But it's doing a little bit of a swan dive for sure. What are my thoughts on trading TD Ameritrade? They're fine. They're expensive. You can't trade. You can trade E. Oh, there we go. So that got finally done. See that actually popped back up. I was just I was able to survive the downcast move, and now it's very likely probably going to go to 80, maybe 82 if you guys want to hold on to it. Yeah. So there you go. There's the trade that worked. I like TD Ameritrade, as a broad broker, but you can't trade micros on it because they charge full commission for micros unless they change their attitude. But if you're trading minis, then it's fine. I think the commissions are all competitive, and I think FX, you can still trade FX on them. So if you like just having one single platform, then you could do it. The problem is that you won't have the algo. You'll just have to. The only way you could trade it would be manually by trading manual assistance, because TD Ameritrade doesn't trade MT4, MT5. All right, so far it's been the only brilliant idea was to buy the dips in the Dow, since we've had really nothing going on over here. I'm gonna just take this off the screen. Let's take a look at what NAS is doing. NAS coming back up. NAS looks much stronger. I actually know. I mean, if I was chasing stuff, I would definitely, should we chase NAS? Should I just break every one of my rules? One of the fun things you guys will realize is that when we're live trading, we just break every rule that we have as far as the algo goes, because we just, this is really, it's a pretty strong move. I don't want to chase. It's going to come in on the chase, but it's a powerful move to the upside. I gotta like the NAS. Okay, let's just trade. Screw it. Oh, is this what happened here? Why doesn't this work? What's going on over here? Oh, this algo. Oh, this is oh wow. Why is this? It was okay. Well, I saved myself a little time. Let's now I'm late. But I wanted to go to 27, 24. So let's see if this works. So I'm just taking a quick scalp here for 5. Let's see if I can get 5 out of it on this power move. For no reason whatsoever. There we go. Come on. Hit me with a 5. Come on. I wanted to be at 24, but I screwed up my my entry a little bit. Fine. All right. I'm going to stay patiently with this and probably milk it all the way down. It was you could see NASDAQ is definitely much stronger bid than everybody else. It's trying to recapture 200 SMA. They're trying to, as I said, the news today, if you saw my tweet, is much more positive thing in NASDAQ because money stays free, and that's generally, it seems positive for the market. But again, you don't want to. None of that means much when you're kind of scalping. You want to be at the right entries, right positions. I should have been at 24 towards 29, but the algo wasn't set up properly. So now I'm just gonna have to nurse this trade. Let's see if it can go. What's my TP is 31, which is kind of far, but let's see if I can nurse this to another quick hit. Now, you know what? I don't like this. I'm closing it out. Screw it. The trade was a minute ago. Now we're gonna correct back down into the cloud. So there's no reason for me to play around with it. Let's just leave it alone. Look at Dow. Dow just keeps diving down. So where are we at now? This is 84. If it gets down to the 40s, I gotta be buying the Dow again. I want to be buying it again. Where am I? This it. Again, just for we have a very quick mean reversion scalp in our live trading, which, and I promise you, in about 5 minutes, I'm going to stop all this nonsense and we'll start focusing on the longer term FX trades. But everybody who's in the live room with me, just kind of, you know, usually we have a fun time doing some quick trades. So I want to see if I can pick this up like somewhere around, it's a big extension here from the 80s. Well, I'd love to see it picking up at 40, but I don't think it's going to give me 40. Yeah, it's not going to give me 40. I should have stepped in a little bit earlier, but it wasn't you know, stretched out far enough that I felt confident in it. All right, I'm not going to chase this. We're not going to fool around. The trade was a couple of seconds ago. Nas, meantime, just, you know, came in as I thought it would. So here's interesting though. Oh, we got to turn sell. So this is actually creating. I think the algo is going to take the sell here. We have 31 seconds, so we'll see. Oof, wow, really taking a nice strong sell. I'll keep you updated on the algo. I'll tell you where the algo is at. 3, 2, 1. Okay, the algo went in at 350, looking for 93.50. So this is the algo. We'll see if the algo, you know, TPs on this one. So if you guys are scalping, it went at 350. I would feel fine covering it up at 98 if you wanted to give it a shot, because you know, I mean, there's definitely scope here, but you know, we've had a big sell-off, shorter downtrend. I think NAS wants to go up a little bit more than it does go down, but we're going to trade with the trend on this one because it's a pretty clear trend signal for us. I would, you know, if you guys are short NAS off like 5 or 6, if you take it at 5 or 6, I would take it here for +5. I'm going to let the algo do its thing and see if you can give me the full 10. But this is, you know, if we're short here around 5, at like 93, 94, excuse me, 04, 03, you know, +5 here is good enough for a quick scalp. So it's another 5 points if you guys want to take it. And then I'll just, you know, I'll let you know how the algo is doing. Is the algo trading? Let's see. You know, beauty of the algo is that I tell you, you know, the great thing about doing the algos is that you really have to just let go of everything. It's going to go up, it's going to get down. You can't interfere. You got to just let it trade out, because the more you leave it alone, the law of large numbers really works for you. It really works for you. I mean, this thing is, as I said, 3%. Basically utterly unlevered. I mean, totally unlevered. So I'm trading tiny amounts here in just 2 days, which is really a really ridiculously good result. It's not. I don't think it can sustain that kind of pace, but you know, the edge is really very clear here. Okay, so all right, we'll call that +5 on this, just on a short scalp. the Dow, the Dow I thought, was going to bounce. I should have pulled the trigger into the 50s because I just got burnt once. Then, we got made a little bit of money here. This was a great trade. You knew this was a mean reversion trade here. Although, 10, 15 minutes from now, if we get sell signals, it's still pro, dominant trend here is still sell trend. We only scalp in live trading when we get extreme pullaways from the moving average envelope, and we define those in the Dow by basically 1/100th of 1%. So it's hard to, it's a full mouthful. We basically, the short term for that is called the basis point. A basis point of 34,000 is about 34, which is 1/1000th. We use like 40 as a rounding number. So if we get 40 points differential between what the actual price is and the outer edge of the envelope on the sell side, or the outer edge on the envelope on the buy side, we'll buy or we'll sell on a mean reversion basis for a quick 5-10 points the other way. On the Nasdaq, we actually have to. The Nasdaq is so much more volatile that we really have to give it like 2 basis points. So Nasdaq is a basis point on Nasdaq is 15. So unless we get like 30 points extension from the moving average envelope to the actual price, we don't even touch Nasdaq as a potential trade. So like, I think if you look at Nas over here, oh hey, while I was yapping away, so the algo got done for +10. So that was good. See that was a nice clean +10. So that was, algo banks again, because Nas really crashed. So like this would be, where are we here? So the moving average envelope is somewhere around 97, and this was like 77 or 70, like it's like 25, which is 1.5 to 1 3/4 basis points. Remember, a basis point in Nasdaq is 14. So like if you were to get 20 to 25 extension, you could give it a shot for a +5. Like right now, we're 5, 6 or 7 on the envelope, and 97 is 10, 92 is 15. We really, unless it's like 87, and it did hit 87 here for a second. Unless it's like 87 or lower, you don't really want to step into the breach. On Nasdaq, you really actually want to give it more room than less room. But so, and sometimes that means you're going to miss a lot of these short declines where you come in and you step up for +5 points. But it's better to be safe than sorry, because you really need extreme stretches away from the moving average to give yourself a high degree of confidence that the mean reversion trade will work. Okay, so that's enough for scalping for today. We'll let everything else play out. I don't know if you guys took, anybody take the Nasdaq trade? Connie, Karen, anybody? Peter, anybody follow me on the Nas shorts? Because those were clean. I don't know if you guys got 5 or 10, or Jonathan. Jonathan, what'd you get out of it? 5 or 10? You got 4 or 5. Yeah, I mean, it was good. 20 on the YM. Peter, what'd you do on the YM? You took the long YM? You took the long YM where I was like putzing around into the 50s on the reversal. Okay, yeah, good for you. You have bigger balls than I did today. Good for you. So Karen, what'd you do on the NAS today? Okay, that's good. Oh, you got clip. Oh, you can't. You can't leave NAS at 10. You got to give it 20. 10 will it's a guaranteed loss, because the vol in NAS is so big. It's like NAS never ever gives you 10 points of freedom. You know how it is. Anyways, and I've actually, honestly, the one thing that the algo has taught me on the short-term charts, this is really interesting. This is really interesting, is that you definitely have to give 20 points on the NAS, but on the Dow, you really need that 40-point stop. If you give yourself 20, the Dow is just going to chop you out, just like Freddy Krueger in Friday the 13th. However, on a 40 breathing space, my algo, like my YMs, my Dow trades, the algo were actually better than the Nasdaq trades. Like the Dow actually, let me see where let me see if I can. Let me just sort of show you real quickly, so that you guys know I'm not just talking out of my ass. Here's all the Dow, the MYMs, right? And you see, no, sorry, I want to do it by symbol. Why is this? What the hell is this? Okay, this is all by symbol. Look at a symbol. Look. Let's just look at a Dow. Look at a Dow. We got just 4 losers against 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. How much does this go down? 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 26. So 26 against 6 losers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? So that is 20 out of 26, which is a 77% hit rate. Look at that win spread. That is 77% win rate against the 66% break-in. We're at 10%. We're at that magical double digit. I mean, the Dow was the money machine, which just surprised the hell out of me. As long as you give it that breathing room, I gave it that 40-point breathing room, it definitely works. So just a very, very interesting point on the importance of giving it the proper breathing space. And if you think about it, what's 40 points, right? I mean, it all comes down to the same mathematical idea. 40 points is a basis point. We're giving it a basis point of the whole Dow value, right? Essentially, we talked about like using ATRs as our stops, but honestly, notional value could, especially on the indices, could be just as good. So on the scalping side, so if we're using, so the same thing with Nasdaq, 1 basis point is 14. Because Nasdaq is 1.5 times more volatile, we're doing 1.5 basis points, which is 20, right? That's why intuitively, the mathematics actually make total sense. They're completely in sync with the volatility signatures of each one of these instruments. Okay, so that's sort of really, really interesting. Keep that in mind. We obviously put that into our library of knowledge. But now let's go take a look at FX longer term charts, because I'm sure I've tortured everybody who's in the course long enough. Guys, if those of you who are in the course who think that this is a complete chaos, it is. That's what live trading is all about. Live trading is all about adjusting very quickly to tremendously fast movements. And as you can see, stock index futures are not your granddaddy's FX. They move super fast. You snooze, you lose. So one of the great things I'm hoping you guys will do, in addition to the longer term setups, is that you'll get a flavor and a feel for fast day trading that we do here all the time, and how we adjust and adapt and change our minds and generally use the underlying principles. But what you'll hopefully also appreciate is that our underlying principles, which have just been a result of massive amount of empirical testing and live trading, and we've done thousands of trades on these variants, are all the results of actual real life experience. And therefore, I think that's why the mathematics really dovetail with what's happening. So anyways, let's take a look at what's going on next, which is currencies. Okay, and I want to go. Let me go to the daily chart of the currencies. I'm going to review everything with you. And I'll just start. We'll start on the cycle. We've had sort of since the start of May, there was a trade in Aussie, and if you use, again, if we want to use, let's use notional ideas, right? So this is a great. This actually sort of it just came to me, but it's such a great shortcut. I'm all about making making mathematical shortcuts, because the more complicated the formula, the more confusing it is to everybody, and it really doesn't add much value to us, because we don't let we don't need precision, we need accuracy. So instead of using ATRs, right, let's just sort of say, okay, we're going to use notional value, 1 times notional value for in FX, which is like, I'm going to use 77 as my daily target, right? 77 pips take profit, 150, twice the notional as my stop. And that is just about as good enough a volatility envelope around the trade as you get. So if you use that, obviously this, in May, this was a great trade to the upside. Also this trade over here to the upside, all of those trades work. And that's actually a great shortcut that hopefully you guys can just implement when you're setting up your FX trade on the dailies. But anyways, we don't have anything right now on the Aussie, the Kiwi also. Kiwi, same kind of a thing. So Kiwi, you would use 70, 71 target, 140 stop, right? Does everybody understand what I'm saying? When I say using notional volatility values, I'm taking the actual price of the instrument and using that as my target, and then I'm doubling that price as my stop, right? Is that clear? For beginners, will there be more structure? Well, I'm giving you structure right now. Rajesh, I'm you know the rules. We gave you all the rules of how to trade this on a daily basis. In other words, we're buying all the signals on the daily chart when it's above the 200 SMA. We're selling all the signals when it's below. And now I'm just modifying the take profits and structures. There's nothing. That's all there is. There's nothing complex here about the rules. When you get a signal that comports with the strategy, you take it. The thing is that obviously, when we have daily charts, we're only going to get maybe 1 or 2 signals a month. So right now we're just going to review this and just kind of show you how it's supposed to work, so that when it does show up, you're able to take advantage of it. If we're using the same methodology for dollar yen, that's about 110 to the ups, to the good, 200, basically 100, 200 as our stop target. So you long here 108.68, 109.68, that hits a target over here. This next trade here is 109.40, looking for 110.40. I think we're actually very close to what I would call a take profit target. So again, these are not trades today because they showed up on the chart a few days ago. But our job is when we get a daily signal, we'll take a look at it. Same thing with dollar CAD. We don't have any signals of dollar CAD since February. It's been in a long downward trend. Euro dollar hasn't had a signal since the 6th of May, but also a really good one. 120 to the good. That's 21.40 that hit over here. You see how well that worked. Boom. With a 240 stop. I really love this whole notional structure, because I think it makes perfect sense. So same story with the pound. Last signal was in April. Euro yen. Really, it's just been a strong trend. We have not had a signal. It's just been a pure trade. The one signal we had recently, and this is interesting. So I traded this myself, and honestly, this is a live trade. You could definitely trade this. So let me preface this by saying, obviously price this on a lever basis at very, very small leverage, because I want you to first, if you're doing this early, I wouldn't even, if you have a $10,000 account, I would only use 10,000 units. I would just use dollar pips for this. But this trade effectively is essentially at the prices where the signal was given, which is 155.05. The way you would structure this trade using the notionals is you're looking for 150 to the upside. So that's 156.50 would be our target, and our stop would be 152. So if 300 to the downside, 150 to the upside on the dollar yen. You got to give yourself wide moves up and down. That's why you need very small size. That's why I'm cautioning you if you're trading this daily. But this is the one daily that is hovering around the levels, and still looks relatively robust. So that's one signal that we have on the charts. We don't have anything else on the pound Swiss. Euro Aussie doesn't have a signal. Euro Aussie gave a dip sell signal this is interesting. 25 of May, right, and around 58. And Euro Aussie is what's Euro Aussie? It's 150 to the downside, 300 to the upside. So 58, so 56.50. Did this come down to 56.50? Yeah, right over here. So if you shorted this over here, you had your target over here, 56.50, more or less, and you took it. Euro Kiwi doesn't have signal. Euro Kiwi is, this is interesting. So Euro Kiwi is setting up for a possible signal today. So this is an interesting trade. Wow, that's really interesting. I love this fundamentally, but I'm a little bit fearful of this technically because it's definitely making a clear turn. But still, again, size is critical. You have to manage your size. But if this thing ends up on the close of the day, the trigger here would be short 170 wherever it is. Let's imagine it's 170.50, right? And we're going to look for 169 as our target and 173.50 as our stop. That's how wide you would need this on the daily charts. Roughly, relatively. So Euro Kiwi Pound Yen are the two trades. Dollar Swiss had already moved into our target zone, so we'll ignore that. Pound Aussie doesn't have. Pound Aussie actually made profit already, so again we're going to ignore that. Pound Kiwi, same thing, made profit. Euro Pound doesn't have a signal, and Euro CAD. Euro CAD doesn't look really great, but the signal was at around 147, went down to, it's only 50 points into the money. I mean, Euro CAD is still floating, and if you're a believer, let me just delete this. Sorry. If you're basically the trade here would have been 47 with a 50 stop, so it's a 150 stop and a 45.50 target. So again, you're at better prices. You're at 47.60. So you have a little bit less of a risk, but it's clearly bottoming out here, right? So you basically have to bet on the fact that this is a shelf for further downside, which I think it might be, but the trend has been very, very strong here. We already had 3 or 4 signals in a row. Generally, the longer the signal set, the deeper we are into the move, the higher the probability of a turn. So that's why technically I don't love this trade. I've loved this trade here. I would have loved this trade here. I love trades that are early in trend. Trades that are late in trend generally tend to reverse. So you have a danger of reversal here. So I'm a little bit cautious on all of this on a daily chart. So basically you have these, we have Pound Yen to the upside, Euro Kiwi, Euro CAD to the downside with Euro Kiwi, Euro CAD, both a lot more problematic. Of the two, I like the Euro Kiwi better, both technically and fundamentally. So take that for what it's worth. We'll see, and we'll see how it goes in the next week or so, and follow those signals and see how they're going. Question is, would you recommend for newbie, if we trigger the trade, we should look to follow the trend trade or counter trend trade risky? Generally, if you, as a newbie, you should only be trading the daily chart, right? If you're scalping with me on a day-to-day basis, I'm assuming you're going to scalp on a small amount, small account, and you're just going to scalping is really for entertainment purposes, right? It's for what we call market engagement, just for fun, and for you to get really, really comfortable with price action, because I'm a huge believer, the more trades you do, the better you get. But you have to understand that the more trades you're going to do, the more trades you're going to lose, because the very nature of being new at this is you're going to suck, right? Oh, by the way, the algo has yet another there was another short here that's just getting very close to the 81s. So it might hit. We'll see. I'll let you know if the algo hits the downside. I'm just trying to see if it comes in. So we need 81s on this. This might actually, let's see if it comes in. All right. No, I'm not. It's like watching fish. So yeah, I mean, you could scalp with us and practice. If you want to practice on a demo account, that's good. If you want to practice on a small real account, that's also good. But understand that your timing, just like playing tennis, your timing is going to be horrible at the beginning until you get good with everybody else. Everybody, you see everybody else in the room makes money real quickly because they know the setup, they understand the structure, they have the tools. The other thing I was going to say is it's really impossible for you guys, if you're following us, to trade without the scalping tools. But the scalping tools are only available if you're at BK Forex. So if you want to join us, you can join us for a week. You can join us for a month. You can join us for the month of trading, and you get those scalping tools. And those are amazing. And that's what really helps put you into a quick structure. So the last thing I want to do before we kind of close up today is review the shorter term time frames. Again, I'm not these are going to be much lower quality signals, but they're not horrible. They're not horrible. And they're worthwhile for us looking or sort of on an intraday basis on FX. So here's what if I'm trading notional for daily, right? Full notional for daily, right? I would trade. I'm just trying to figure out what is the intelligent thing on the hourlies, because I was looking for a 10-20, but they would be like, yeah. So this would be 147. So is it 1/5? Yeah, it'd be 1/5. Yeah. So if we're trading the hourly, right? If we're trading the hourly, then my volatility suggestion is to trade 1/5 the notional. So that means my stop would be basically 30 pips. It's 147, right? 1/5 of that is 30, right? And 1/10 of that is 14. So let's just I'm rounding it up to 15 and 30 on this. So I would be, here's a signal. We had a trend buy signal on Euro CAD at around 61, right? The target would have been 75. Did it go to 75? It went very close. Yeah, it did go to 75. We'll close, 76. So it actually made target already. So that trade would have been good, but it would have been plus 15 minus 30, right? On this trade. Let's see. We're just going to go through the currency set here. There's nothing on the Aussie, nothing on the Kiwi, no signal on the yen. I mean, the yen signal was yesterday. These are all. I'm looking to see if there's any current signals. Oh, here's a current signal on CADI. So CADI has a buy signal. Well, obviously, oh no, it already completed. The buy signal was last hour. So yeah, we could go. So 2173. So what's our, how do we structure this trade? We're long 2173. Our stop is 25 points. So that would be like stop is 2150. Let's say 2148, and the target is 12 points. So that would be target is 2185. So that's, the CADI structure would be 2185 to the target, 2148 to the stop on this particular trade. We'll let that float. Let's see how that works out. Euro had already a sell. It already TP'd on itself, so we're going to ignore the sell. Cable doesn't have a signal. Euro yen. Euro yen has a signal. Euro yen is a good signal. I really like the signal, actually. Okay, so this is so 13 to the good, 26 to the bad. So we're long 33.50, targeting 33.63, and stopped 33.25. Okay, that would be the hourly signal on the thing. So let's see now if that works. That works. That's not a bad looking signal for a long trade on the euro yen. Pound yen. No signals. Pound Swiss. Now pound Swiss already TP'd, so we'll ignore that. This kind of already TP'd. This was a great signal at 8 o'clock. This is again 15 points to the good, where we've been long at 57.50 to 57.65. Took in 2 hours, 15 points to the good would have been a great signal, right? So all right, this just gives you a chance. Same thing with Euro Kiwi. Euro Kiwi was a 17 points, to the good. We came in at 69.91, 70.07 would have been a target. It actually ran all the way up, right? So it's fine. And remember that we're having actually long signals on the short-term charts, on the 1 hour charts, and we're having short signals on the daily charts, right? That's perfectly natural because we have much larger stops and targets and a complete different different design than than the one we talked about. Oh, by the way, so while I was putzing around, the algo actually did make that 81, so it's working on a second short. It's also working on a second short on the Dow. So the algo just keeps minting money while I'm yapping away. So that's good. So we'll leave that alone. Okay, so that's good enough. Let's wrap up today. I've sort of stuffed you guys with a lot of information. We'll review everything tomorrow. If you guys have ideas, questions, anything else, come back to me in the room. But we'll wrap up for now, and we'll see how it goes. Live, we did at least 15 on live today. The algo just keeps just banked another 20 for me. So just to give you an idea. Okay, and again, don't get excited because it's going to give money back. But at the beginning of the week on Sunday night, this was at 10:301, right? So between Sunday night and today, which is Tuesday, without any human interference on my part, without any tweaks, without any adjustments, this made 356 or 3%. Without complete, with no leverage. I mean, I'm trading 1 against 10,000, which is minuscule. I could be trading 10 against 10,000, and it would have been up 3,000. So it's just a testament to, I think, how robust it is. Hopefully you guys enjoyed all that. And let me see if there's any additional questions. No questions in Zoom, right? Let me see if anybody has any questions in Zoom. We're good. All right, my friends. So everybody in the course, hope you guys enjoyed it. My gang in Scalp had a good time. And Eduardo, sorry, I ignored gold. We'll pick up gold tomorrow. Okay, we'll pick up gold tomorrow, and we'll analyze it then. All right, but we'll take a look at some. We'll actually do gold and crypto and everything else, because that'll be a lot of fun for us to take a look at. All right, guys, everybody have a wonderful, wonderful day. I'll see everybody tomorrow, as always. Rock and roll.